After this video, you understand the root cause of a chronic lower back problem, and you might ask yourself, what are you even doing? Now, it doesn't matter if you have degenerative disc, herniation, sciatica, bad posture, tight psoas muscle, weak core muscle, weak glute muscle, doesn't really matter because none of them, they're the root cause of your problem. They're just symptoms or how your body feels. Now, if you search online, you're gonna find a zillion of different answers, right? I have imbalance on my hip. My pelvis is higher on one side over the other. I have tight psoas muscle. I have a weak core muscle. I have a herniation if you ask your doctor after the x-ray. Now, you're going to find a zillion of different answers, but those are just superficial answers. They don't consider why you be in this position in the first place, why you have muscle imbalance, why you have a one side of the pelvis is higher than the other, why you have this tight psoas muscle, weak core muscle, herniation in the first place. So, of course, when you treat the symptoms, the result won't last very long because there are a lot more layers to it. And here is what happens after you have back pain for more than 2 years. It's a 4-layer of pain cycle. Layer number 1, just structural imbalance. The first moment when your body feel a little pain or a little bit of stiffness around your lower back, your body start to shift differently, okay? Maybe one side of the pelvis is higher, one side of the shoulder is a little bit lower. Whatever that is, all your body is trying to do is trying to protect the painful area. When you start to compensate, your structural imbalance start to show up, but you're still going to finish all those daily functional activity, correct? So walking, running, sitting down, your body will find a way to do it by either directly jamming your joint, or you're gonna change your pelvic positions or your spine curve so you can quote unquote fake those daily functional activities. So oftentimes you're gonna see when people have chronic lower back problem, you're gonna find almost 90% of them, they have some degrees of anterior pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, or postural imbalance. So that's called lateral pelvic tilt. Now, this is not inherently bad if you don't have any pain, but if you do, you need to pay a closer attention. Now, when your joint are out of alignment, of course, your muscle will be out of alignment too. So when you say, okay, you really have a weak core muscle, where you really need to stretch out your psoas muscle, where you really need to make your glute muscle stronger, not necessarily because they're weak, where you really need to stretch them out, but they're just not in a quote unquote optimal position to work effectively. So of course, you might feel weak, but they're actually not. Now, when our muscles are out of alignment and they're keep working under the wrong position over time, of course, you're gonna feel stiff, and of course, you're gonna feel pain. And of course, those muscles will a lot of time will compress the nerve underneath your muscle as well, which is your sciatic nerve. But here's more. Layer number 2 will be your nervous system protections. The moment pain shows up, your nervous system also launch a protection program as well. Basically told your body to guard and brace around that painful area. Now, deep in your nervous system, movement around this area equals pain. Now, this is why you can do 6 weeks of glute strengthening, core exercise, physio, and feel exactly the same. One of my clients, Dixer, a business owner, operated a landscape company, came to me after 10 years of chronic lower back pain. He spent over $20,000 on physio, massage, chiropractor alone. He's still in pain every single day. We spent the first 5 weeks doing nothing but nervous system reset work. For example, we did a child pose breathing exercise, grounding progression only on the left side, 90-90 hip lifts with a right hand reach, standing hip posterior capsule stretch. Now, those techniques are designed to down-regulate his threat response and teach his nervous system that a little bit of movement was safe again. He's now back to the gym with basically no pain. And that's what happens when the nervous system finally learned to let go. Now, I know a lot of people may say, sure, Alvin, I'll just stretch it, right? I'll just, keep decompressing my spine and I'll probably gonna be fine. Well, if you really want to waste your time, you can go ahead and, sometimes we just have to learn the hard way. But the thing is, that's a backward thinking. Now, as a professional, I don't want you to decompress or stretch out anything. I want you to move correctly, use the muscle effectively, and you can produce a force to the ground effectively. So your body won't compensate and your body won't even need to feel weak, feel stiff, feel pain in the first place. And that's what we want. That way, not only your lower back is gonna feel a lot better, but also you can also get back to activity you used to enjoy. Golfing, swimming, playing soccer, do whatever rotational sport you want to do. Now, which brings us to layer number 3. That is your movement compensation. Now, structural imbalance or partial imbalance and an overloaded nervous system force your body to move differently on a daily basis as well. After years of pain, your body has already completely recalibrated how to move, how you walk, how you sit, how you squat, how you stand, how you distribute your body weight every single step you take. And you develop this massive movement compensation on top of a partial imbalance you already have. So of course, when you do the same exercise on both sides of your body, some glute bridges, some cross training, of course it's not gonna work, but most people just do a bunch of exercises regardless which side it is on. And it just always drive me nuts. And they're all struggle. They never get any long-term relief. This happened to every single one of my clients and myself too. Generic exercise like glute bridges, dead bug, bird dog, only train both sides of your body exactly the same. How can you expect them to work? They're not supposed to work like that. Especially when you have this for more than 2 years, because they train both sides of your body exactly the same way. When your left side and your right side are almost never the same in the first place. Asymmetrical training allows you to rebalance your body so you can move correctly. And now, once you can move correctly on a daily basis, your body gonna feel better along the way. As simple as that. But here comes the fourth layer. Now, layer number 4 is your vision system. Okay, now your eyes feed roughly 90% of the information your nervous system uses to assess threat in your body. Now, you might be surprised, how your eyes can actually keep your body in pain. I had a client, bodybuilder, his back pain was 7 out of 10, and he also got a 3 out of 10 ankle pain as well. After a vision training, his pain dropped to 1 out of 10 on both locations within just 10 minutes. Of course, he did a lot more other work to maintain there, but just to show you how essential vision training can really be. When your body is off balance, let's say you have one shoulder a little bit lower, one side of the pelvis a little bit higher, when you have anterior pelvic tilt, when you have all those structural imbalance, movement pattern problem, and nervous system that is overloaded, oversensitized, your vision system has to work extra hard to keep you basically stand upright. And all that actual work keep feeding threat signal into your nervous system that is already completely overloaded. Now, nobody, not chiropractor, not physical therapy, at least my physical therapies, nobody ever addressed this layer. At least that's what I heard from after working with 1,500 clients. Now, what I want you to do right now, I really want you to just pause this video and then reflect on your journey. So whatever you're doing right now or whatever you've been doing before, I really want you to stop and ask yourself, what do you work on? For example, if you're just relying on stretching, you target your muscles, right? But what about the partial imbalance? What about your movement? What about your nervous system? Now, simply apply to strengthening your core and glute muscle. Think about it. What are you working on and what's lacking? Now, if you're just relying on decompressing your spine, what about a movement pattern? Do you know how to move correctly now? Do you know what kind of muscle you need to fire it up to finish your daily functional activities? Or you just get passively decompressed and hopefully your body can adjust on its own? Another example, maybe you're working on your hip. That's great. At least right now you're working on your joint and your movement. Now that is a really good start. But are you doing the same exercise on both sides of your body or different exercise on both sides? How do you figure out your imbalance? What about your nervous system? What about the vision system we just talked about, right? Now, I got this feedback from one of my clients. This is even faster than I expected.
Yeah, everything feels great. Feels really good. My foot, sometimes it's still a pinch sore. But yeah, once I do everything, especially the pronation and supination drills, those are like the holy grail. That's like the greatest discovery someone's ever introduced me to. A week before I started the program, all along my hamstring, my calf, all the way to my foot, just almost like a constant, like a burning pain, and that like wouldn't go away even when I was sitting down. Now, honestly, everything is, I don't want to say it's like magic. I'm not trying to like sell a scam or anything, but it's like I now have a toolkit of what I can do to, a morning routine exercise, which will take literally 30 seconds, and that'll help alleviate everything. And then, the basic toolkit to work on my asymmetries, and it fixes everything. Like it's crazy. It's like, it sounds kind of made up, but it's not. Like it's real.
But now the expectation when we work together is within the first 5 to 8 weeks. If you do everything correctly, on average, most of my clients can feel 50% improvement on a daily basis. Now, some they feel better on a daily basis. Now, not gonna say this will happen to you because nobody can guarantee or should guarantee that, but just want to show you how you should feel if you do it right with the 4 layer of pain cycle. All right, that's for the video, guys. If you're serious about fixing your lower back and you value your time over the money and just don't know what to do, you can check my main video link down below. Will be the first video. That video will cover all of my method and how I structure the program. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you enjoy this content down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.